It's garden project time, and I'll kind of explain what this project is a little bit later, but just know that I'm using some free items to add some color to the garden, because y'all know I do like decorating in the garden. Tell me below, do you like to do a smidge of decorating in your garden? I always enjoy trying to find ways to be more productive at the same time and have things look a little bit pretty, you know. I'm not a girly kind of girl, but I do enjoy color. So what I'm using here are some paint sticks that I got from the box store. Let me tell you, they used to put these out where you can just grab some, but they don't do that anymore. I guess lots of people use them for different types of things. So you have to ask for them from the guy behind the counter at the paint counter, that is. So I did. He didn't give me any problems. He just gave me how many I needed. I actually asked for 4 of them and he gave me 4. So that was great. So after I did the painting on these, I also wanted to add some lettering onto these as well. And like I said, I'll explain everything. They're all garden related, and it's going to help me to be more productive in the garden. So you're just going to have to subscribe if you haven't done so already, so you can know how I'm going to be using these paint sticks. I'm actually using some stamps that I already had, because I told y'all this is kind of a free project. The paint is just some craft paint that I already had, and these stamps and this ink, I already had that as well because I'm a crafter, and I'm just gonna stamp everything. And then later on, I take these out and I spray them with some varnish so that everything will last just a little bit longer, because you know, with the Florida weather, nothing lasts that long down here. But I'm kind of okay with that. Now, I'm just going to put those away for later. Good morning, my fellow garden tools. It's a beautiful day to be out in the garden. Y'all, I came out of my house and I was like, I need a jacket. It actually was in the 50s this morning, and it's only supposed to be in the low 70s today, so I'm pretty happy about that and quite surprised. So I have to check and make sure the Weather Channel is not giving me Gary weather. So I did do some work out here already. Y'all, let me show you something. I uncovered my greens because I'm gonna harvest some of these today, but I just wanted to show y'all what they look like. And I am not like focusing in on them. Look how big these greens got. Oh my goodness. I just watered plants too, so I really didn't have to water these because I forgot they're on the drip system now, but that's okay. And then I also planted some more greens. I think this is the Kamasuta, and then this is another mustard green and another mustard green that I put in. And these are still covered up, but there's a ground cherry here, Kamasuta, 2 of them, and another mustard green. Y'all look how big this one has gotten already. I found that the mustard greens grow really fast. I did some planting yesterday too, but I don't know if it's in the garden diaries or not, but I planted a whole bunch more, like 2 flats of starts. And y'all, also I found something else when I came out in the garden yesterday. Once again, let me show you. Now this little guy, he's in quarantine because I just happened to notice. Y'all see that? Look at that. He's infested with aphids. I'm gonna throw him away, but I just wanted to show you all. So the aphids have arrived, and this And I checked all my plant babies and he was the only one that was infested. Good morning, good morning. Y'all, this guy, he cuts this lady's lawn like twice a week, which is ridiculous. So I'm sure she's overpaying. But I can never do my videos without having all that lawn noise because he's there almost every day. Okay, I'm exaggerating. So it is actually Wednesday, and what I decided to do is on Wednesdays to do weeding. So that's a reminder for me. Wednesdays is weeding and kind of area beautification. It also gives me a chance to kind of look under the leaves of things, pull some bad stuff out, you know, just do some cleanup. So it's kind of a cleanup weed Wednesday. So that's what I'm going to call it. I'm looking at some weeds now that I still need to pull, but sometimes you can't get to everything. So this is what I'm doing. Okay, so what I'm doing is, okay, y'all saw in a previous video where I was kind of doing a little bit of a project. And one of them says, let me make sure I got it right. One says compost and one says weeding. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the weeding thing right now. I couldn't even finish my thought, so I thought I'd give you a raptor moment. That guy was just making so much noise with his lawn equipment. I was outside trying to record for y'all, but people across the street, they get their grass cut like every damn day. It's getting on my nerves. And seriously, it's like at least twice a week. But I got this banana pepper. It's supposed to be a hot banana pepper off of my plant. It's actually the second one, but I didn't taste the first one that came off. So I wanted to taste this. So y'all see how hot this is. It's kind of big too. Sorry for the smacking. It's a garden mukbang. It's not hot, so it probably should have stayed on longer. And it's not sweet. As I go up, I'm beginning to taste the flavor. I was getting ready to say it tastes like a leaf. And I can feel the heat now. It's like, for me, it's just the right amount of heat. It's like spices. My intention wasn't to eat this whole thing, but I wanted to taste it. But I wanted to taste it with y'all. Okay, as I go up, I'm not getting the seeds, but I am getting the heat. So this is the hot banana pepper. I just wanted to taste it with y'all. I like it. Y'all, I like trying stuff kind of in its raw form. So I did get some, you know, a few contender beans off, and I've never eaten them raw. So I'm gonna taste it, okay. Tastes good. Tastes like a bean, but as it hits the back of your throat, it has a little bit of a bitterness to it. It's not sweet. These are definitely probably better cooked, but I also just got done eating that banana pepper, so that might make a difference. Good morning. Good morning, all. Y'all feel like I'm behind on my garden diaries because I haven't shot for a few days. But I have been working out here almost every day. And today is actually Thursday. And yesterday I came out and the only thing that I did was, I'm gonna call it area beautification. What I did was I dubbed Wednesdays weeding day. So I went through and I weeded a whole bunch of stuff. But I kind of got this idea from somebody else, Linda Vodder. And what she does is she goes through, and when she goes and she picks stuff, she carries a basket around with her. And then once she gets tired, she just leaves the basket where it is, and then she knows where she left off. So I've been doing that kind of. I carry a pot around and I just pick things as I need it. But on Wednesdays, what I do, wherever I stop at, I put this little stick. So y'all may have seen me on another clip painting these sticks. So this one says weeding. So where I stopped at, I just leave this stick. And then I'll know next Wednesday to pick it back up. Now, that doesn't mean I just stop weeding altogether as I'm going through the garden. I go through and I just weed stuff. So instead of me jibber jabbering, let me show y'all what I did today. First, let's say hello to Mr. Strike Beans. Yay, they started coming up. I also remulched this whole thing, and I also mulched my tower here. It's hard to see, but I mulched that as well. Actually, I can give you a little peek inside because look, we got a strawberry. And I'm gonna take that off and I'm gonna eat it. Today, I have to say, the carrot patch is looking quite lush and lovely. And I did weed in here yesterday, so there's nothing extra in there. Another thing I did was, yeah, I used some chopsticks and stakes because some of my bean plants were like falling over because they were so heavy. So I'm gonna see if they kind of correct themselves with the sun. The sun hasn't hit them yet for today. And if so, I'll probably stake some more of these because my bean patch is out of control also. Y'all, I look at these every day to see if they're yellowing and falling off. That's one of my Armenian cucumbers. I got 2 of them growing on here that I can see. And raptor. I'm also going to harvest some more of these long beans today. They're pretty long, and there's some hanging on the inside as well. This is where I stopped weeding at, so I just stuck my stick here. So y'all, I know this is hard to see, but I don't really want to take it loose. I planted another tomato, and here we have a tomato, a basil, and a salvia. So we're gonna see how those grow. I also kept seeing this weed popping up, and it looked like something I've seen on a video. And so I decided to look it up, and this is what I found out. This is it, and it is actually purslane. So I looked it up and it's edible. It actually has a twin that is deadly, but this one is not it because I looked up all the characteristics, and this is an edible, and it also flowers. They sell like big hanging baskets of these in the box stores, and so I was able to go around the garden and I found 4 spots where these were growing at, and I just pulled them up. They pull up really easily with the root, and I just planted them all in here. So we're gonna see how they grow, and I hope they flower because that would be pretty cool. Also, let me say, I don't know where they came from. I didn't, this is my 3rd year growing. I've never seen that in my yard that I noticed before. Maybe I did, maybe I pulled it up. And so I'm thinking the interlopers probably brought it in some kind of way, but it was in a whole bunch of different spots, which is kind of weird. But now I have it all in one spot, and we're gonna see how it grows. I also made ready all these pots so I can direct sow some of my plants that are going in, and some that I have already to put in these little pots. So I have to look in my schematics in my garden journal and see what that's supposed to be. I also found some pallets out on the street. Somebody had them on the curb. Obviously this was delivery, so I'm gonna strip all this hardware and stuff off of here, and I'm gonna make a kind of a makeshift grow table out of it. So that project is coming in the future. And I also have another pallet that I'm gonna store things on, and that's in the back. So it doesn't seem like I've done much, but it's actually taken me a few hours to do it. And everything is kind of just growing now. I have the majority of the major things in. I'm still planting stuff in the solo cups, but as far as the pots go, all the large pots are basically filled. And so now I'm just doing like a little knick-knackish kind of stuff, and, you know, garden decorating and stuff like that. And harvesting, let's not leave that out. So we're doing some harvesting, which I'm very happy and excited about. So right now I'm gonna harvest a few things, and then I'm going to see you all on the next clip. Hey, my fellow garden tools. Y'all, my plan was to do some indoor gardening activities today, but y'all know how it is. You have to come out and just take a peek at things. So let me tell you. So I come out here and I see a raptor and it's sitting in one of my plant babies that's growing. So I'm like, whatever, I'll leave him alone. And y'all know what? It was having a baby in one of my plant babies, but I just been gone for about 20 minutes and that egg is gone. So it may have moved the egg, which is kind of weird to me. Hold on. Okay, y'all, so that egg was right here. I actually moved this from where it was at. And so that lizard must have came back and decided that wasn't a safe place and moved the egg. I swear it was there, but of course I didn't have my telephone. And I went and did something else and I came back and the egg was gone. Let me just make sure. Yep. It's gone, y'all. It was sitting out where I could see it. Interesting. The behavior of raptors. Y'all, they should put me on National Geographic. They should put me on there because I know the behavior of raptors now. That's kind of cool, but at the same time, he ain't had no business putting his little egg inside of my plant babies. But in any case, let me show you what else I found when I came out. First of all, my fountains are dry as bone. Y'all, look at my comfrey plants. They are laying down. Morning glories, laying down. So it's only about, y'all don't know what the temperature is. It might be almost 90 today, but I didn't feel like the temperature was that bad. I did water day before yesterday. I didn't water today, and this is what I came out to. It's supposed to rain in a little while, but I don't think my plant babies can wait for rain. And I know whenever, you know, you're on those live streams and they say, when do you water your stuff? And they say, no, don't water your stuff during the day. Y'all, I don't listen to them. When my plant babies need some water, they're gonna get some water because I don't think they're gonna make it to this evening because we have about a few more hours of intense sunlight and they are on the struggle bus. So I'm gonna give everybody some water. Okay, you all, he came back. Let me see if I can catch him in the act. Right over here. Because I know y'all thought I was just telling y'all something, but I'm telling you. What he's doing, but he moved that egg. I wish I could get closer. I'm trying to not to get too close. So I don't want to spook him. I want to see what he's doing. He's right in that spot. I was just getting ready to water over there. Alright, I got proof, y'all. That egg is back. It's either back or I was digging in the wrong place. Look, right there. There's the egg. And there's the culprit. I'm just gonna leave it there for now. And I'll come back later. Look at my comfrey plants. Look at that. See them brown spots? Sunburn. I did not know that comfrey couldn't take the sun like that. I'm gonna have to look that up. Cause I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how they grew last year. I'm gonna have to go back and look and see that they have some shade. But this year, oh my goodness, they just went down. And y'all, they were fine this morning when I came out here and took a peek. So that makes me kind of sad. I'm gonna cut the leaves off maybe tomorrow. Cause I know some of it's gonna bounce back and y'all, we'll see. So I am going to go ahead and close out the garden diaries for this week. If y'all want to find out what's happening with the comfrey or what's happening with Liz and the lizard, you'll have to stay tuned. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I would love to hear your thoughts, especially on the comfrey, because I didn't think comfrey couldn't take the sun. So maybe there's something else going on that I don't know about. I hope I didn't kill that plant. All right. Until next time, garden tools, live the slow, lazy garden life with me. All right, bye.